Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from Bangladesh. I know it is good afternoon, good evening, and good night from some of you. We like to start our session. Our session title is "Serving the Team, not myself." Actually, I know all of you know that what is my main ping point. What is the role? Yes, it is. I will. We will talk about the servant leadership. Before that, we just introduce ourselves. I am Jahid Hassan and Shahjalal is beside with me. We chose the team because we were working together 3 years in a company and establish and implement this agile methodology there and starting practice there. That's why I chose Shahjalal because we are a team member. Okay. Before going to start, actually, I like to share a story with you, which is a fail story. When in early 2015, when we start when we like to start agile practicing in our organization, the first time we were failed because people did not accept us. People don't try to go for the agile practice. Then we just sorry we just start to know why they did not accept us and finally we find out the cause. Actually, the it was the lack of agile culture. The agile culture was not established. So I think if you start agile in an organization, before that you need to establish the agile culture in your organization. And from this from the first try, I achieved I achieved a lot of things. It was a huge learning. It was a experience. Maybe it is bitter. Then my mental growth is better, going better, and I make more stronger and capability. My capability increased to serve a team. Okay, then I have going for a recovery plan. How can I implement this? How can I serve my team? That's why I target mainly I target three team. My target point is three groups to establish the agile culture. These were the first one, the organization, then the team leads and the team member, and finally the customer. I chose organization because why? If organization is not aligned with you, if organization is not aligned with you to implement agile, then you will not able to implement agile by yourself in organization means the management must in line with you, then the team member, then the customer. I just put my experiences here. First of all, I have made a meeting with my management, and I what I did there, I just explained the agile manifesto and principle with them. Mainly I focus the principle which were aligned with our management, as like then I have discussed with some artifact, mainly which artifact are focuses on the visibility, which artifacts are focuses on uh, what I say that metrics, and so how many tasks is going on, how many tasks is remaining, mainly the focus point of our management. Then I demonstrate some events with them. After going the meeting, I found I got an impact from my management. What they think, they're just thinking about agile, and they start learning agile, and finally they start dreaming to be agile. Then after that, I worked with my team. I have there are 5 to 6 team on my organization, but we just focus on one team. We just pick one team and discuss with them about the agile manifesto and principle, the concept, mainly the concept of self-organizing and cross-functional team. And I found that they like the concept very much. And I also briefed them about the servant leadership role. then showcase them some agile artifacts and agile metrics, and demonstrate some agile ceremonies and practice. And they, I found they liked it very much. The team member liked it very much, and after that they just start learning, and unofficially they start practicing some ceremony.
Oh no. Is Bangladesh frozen or is that just me?
It's frozen.
It's frozen. Yeah.
Does it mean
Hello.
Can we hear you?
Hi,
Zahid?
Steffi, it's Jalal.
Jalal.
Yeah, Jalal, Jahid is got just disconnected. Okay, okay.
No worries. They're coming back. That's good. I thought
Yes,
you might want me to dance.
is it okay?
That's better.
Okay, sorry for the interrupt. Actually, the power supply was cut off. Okay, actually, what the team do, they start learning, and they're practicing some ceremonies. Mainly, they like the daily stand up, and they're doing it, and also uh, they made an artifact, which actually the sprint backlog, which we say sprint backlog, but it was not formal. They just write up everything there and try to focus on the day. And after 1 or 2 weeks, they just request their supervisor to implement Scrum in their team. Okay, after that, my next target was the customer, who is the main part. If customer is not agreed, then we cannot actually establish agile with agile in organization, because we need customer collaboration focus. That's why I just discuss with one customer for the time, and uh, in the previous as like previous, I just talk with them about the agile principle and the artifact. Actually, they like the artifact very much, and they also asked me how can we measure the progress of the project. Then I just said that you can see your progress from there are a lot of metrics is available in agile. You can say that as like burn down chart, burn up chart, etc. Then I demonstrate some event them, uh, and finally when I completed the meeting, the customer just start thinking about agile, and they also communicate with other customer who already implemented agile. And finally they called a meeting with my management, and uh, move their move their project from traditional to agile methodology. Okay, then the situation was like that. Everyone was agreed to going on agile, but they have no actually they have no uh, full idea about agile, but somehow they were convinced, and they like to agree to implement agile. Okay, when we implemented agile, then actually I was in the role, we have implemented the Scrum framework firstly, and I was in the role of Scrum master, the servant leader. But on that time, as serving a team, I think 5 things helped me to do this. First one is commitment. My main commitment was to serving the team, and this is this is I was committed that, and my focus was to serving the individual, team, and the organization. Then I have the courage to say no to someone, and I have focuses on respect, which was to my other team and customers. And I use openness for transparency to everything. I think these 5 things help me to serve others. Then I think six, sixth thing I focus to serve the others. Actually, this is the real life experience what I share here.
seems to be stuck.
Yeah, I think he's frozen again.
This time the power came back on probably, so the generator got cut off.
I want to know what these 6 things are.
Hello, Stephanie. Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, we can hear you, Shahjalal.
Okay, okay. Jai is coming with the screen share. So, there is a summer season and the electricity got some problem. So he's connecting with the mobile data as well. So just give some second.
No worries, Shahjala.
Happens, it's okay.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. We're going around the world. And everyone's been enjoying our stories and insights. Yeah, we are funny. So for those of you who are going to win the best background competition, here's something very Australian for you. A little koala. We don't put all our koalas in teacups,
Oh, they're so cute.
but we do try to take care of them. If you've got something to share from your country, share away while we wait for the guys. Oh, wait, they're back. Awesome. Oh, this is good. This gives us a chance to have a good read while they come back in.
Okay, do you hear me?
We certainly do. Welcome back.
Oh, okay. Thanks. The 6 things I focus to survey team. First one is the servant leadership. Actually, servant leadership is a philosophy, okay, and it is a set of practice to enrich the team. What we say, what we did as a servant leadership, mainly the helping people to develop and perform as high as possible. I think, and selfless management of the team member. It is the main focus of agile leadership. Servant leadership. And as a servant leader, what you did as a servant leader, you will enrich the lives of every individuals of your team. You will focus on building a foundation of trust. It is the main thing. If you are not trustworthy in team, the team will not accept your service actually. First of all, you need to be a trustworthy to a team to serve them. Then encourage the collaboration of engagement. Actually, if the team is not collaborate, then you will not get the result. Then my second thing was coaching. In coaching, I have focused the 3 groups: the individual, the team, and the organization. In the individual, I like to grow up their mindset about the agile, and I am focusing whether they use the agile well or not, and I just consult them about how they're going for the next step of an agile. And for coaching a team, always I try to learn a culture in my organization and solving the conflict between the team. Team conflict is common in organization, and it was my one of my concern was solving the conflict. And then another one is change the attitude. Then for the organization, what we did actually, we actually like to deliver high quality and valuable product to customer, and doing the project management doing the product management properly. Then as a servant leader, I was acting as a facilitator, and in this facilitator I was trying to be neutral, not for any side. Actually what I did, I like to facilitate the agile events, and the relationship I like to facilitate to build the relationship between team members and enrich their communication and collaboration. Then as a servant leader, I need to work as a teacher to help other people to learn new things. Then the first important thing was team startup. When any team come to in agile culture, in the first day, I just try to teach them the core thing of agile and the principle. In the first day, I like to back them to the heart of the agile and why and what of the agile mindset. And I like to discuss. I have discussed some framework with them. This is the team startup, and I have implemented some good practices with them as like uh, story writing, story point analysis, daily scrum, visual dashboard, visual task board, then burn down chart, etc. Then I have worked on product vision. Product vision is mainly concerned with our product owner, but I have tried to deliver the product vision properly to the team members. Actually, they need to know what they are going to build. That's why I I I just I just explain the product vision as more as possible with my team. Then I I help my team to become a self organizing team. Then always teach the rule to the team. Actually, if I implement any of Scrum framework, there are some rule. As like in Scrum, there are three rules: Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the development team. I like to teach the team rule with them, and always focusing on the visualizing the progress by using burn down chart, burn up chart. And another important thing is backlog management, which I mainly work with product product owner. I helped him for backlog management. I helped him to write the story. I help him to write. I help him to do the uh, backlog refinement also. And another thing is always try to make fun with the team. If we made fun with the team, then I think the relationship would be closer. Then another thing is impediment remover. It is an important term for a servant leader. Actually, for that, first of all, you need to know what is actually impediment. Everyone is not impediment. Actually, in a project, if anything blocking your project, then it is your impediment. Sometimes I found that team members doing raise some issue which are actually not related to current project. That's why I did not accept them as an impediment. And they are established an impediment board as like the Scrum board. There are an impediment board. I have use some status as like new in progress done as it is the agile board. Then I just stop to solve the wrong problems. Actually, which problems are actually set with my projects, I just focus on only this impediment, not these other things. Then my final thing is worked as a servant leader. I have worked as a change agent. In a change agent, my main focus is to put the customer in center. If customer is not with me, then I know it is not possible to implement agile culture in an organization, because it is a shared. All of you know that it is a shared journey. Then another thing I try to do, that is stable as team composition. In most of companies, the team was not stable in a team. Some as like one team is working 1 or 2 weeks, one member working 1 or 2 weeks in a team, and then the higher authority or other team member, other team lead just called him to do another to jump on another task on another team. I just try to restrict this, and it helps me a lot to build that team. it helped me a lot to build a trustworthy team that was more productive. And another thing is trust and ownership, which is more important. And finally, as a change leader, I have implemented one thing in my office, which you may think that is a funny thing. I just stopped the emailing. I just stopped the email communication with entire team. I have only encouraged to do face-to-face communication. No email communication was allowed there on a sprint, on a project. Only face-to-face communication was allowed there. Okay. To serving the other thing, I found some misconception of people about the serving. Actually, they did not accept the serving well. That's why what I found there. Most of team member thinks the servant leader is a scribe who will taking note of the event, writing plans, etc. Then another thing is they think he is the secretary of the team. He will planning the other agenda. And again, someone thinks that the scrum master, the servant leader, is the boss of the team, who is the authority to hire and fire, who is involved with the increment and promotion. These are the mainly misconception. Another thing is they think scrum master, the servant leader, is the admin of anything. Suppose if they need to change a role or need to change a workflow in Jira software, then they direct go to scrum master, please do this, which is a bad practice. Your team is self-organized and cross-functional. Team can do it, but as a misconception, they think scrum master will do everything. Another thing, they think Scrum Master is a superhero who can solve all impediment, but it is a wrong idea. Scrum Master is not able to solve all impediment, which mainly which are out of the box or out of the project. And finally, they think Scrum Master is a coffee clerk. Okay, it is fine. It is very collegial. If we are we have a very close understanding, then we can work as a coffee clerk, but it is not the main focus. But some misconception of people that scrum master is a coffee clerk. Okay. This is the story how I implement and serve the team. Now my co-speaker Shazalal will describe how we build our team. Okay, Shazalal, please.
Hello. I'm audible?
Hi, Zahid. You're a bit softer. We might need to hear you a bit more.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Okay, now it's okay. Are you listening?
Yeah, that's much
Yeah.
better.
Hello.
Hi, Shasha.
Okay. So Jahid started in morning. I am just starting in afternoon. So it is all over the country. Everybody, thank you to joining with us. Myself, I'm Jalal. So I am as a co-speaker with Jahid Hassan, and I am basically focused on the team building. So in my agile journey, I have been found that if we need a self-organizing team, so we have to properly focus on the team building activities and as well as keep the progressing of any team. So when I started my agile journey, I have found that there is only area I can start very easily because I have already a team. So before the organization, before your customer, before anything else, you can start very soon with your team to improvement within your team. So let's have some idea that how we can change or how we can improvement the team. So becoming a team as a self-organizing team, there is some steps we have been found that start agile transformation. So within a team, we have to knowledge share about the basic agile concept. Then definitely your team has to be an agile team. How using the Scrum values, the more 5 values, the mostly used, already mentioned, Jai, that is, openness, your focus, courage, and all other things. Then I have been used some very old and pure practice of the team building charter. So using a team charter, a team can develop their own culture. So during building the team culture, we are focusing the agile values, where each team member should have the courage to share their any sort of ideas, any sort of problems, or they can communicate with other with any hassle. So later on, we try to list it down it or documented it as a team culture. So we are going to review and update the team charter. So start the agile practices, and it's a inspect and adapt. I just believe in inspect and adapt. So this is how a agile team could develop their own culture. So the next thing is that I'm going to share the very old thing as well as. So for each team or any team when it's forming, so there is a Trackman theory. There is a phase of building a team, the forming, storming, norming, performing, and returning. Okay. So when the team is in storming situation, I have believed that this is the very right time to develop the team charter, because the next phase is norming. So by default, your team gonna be a norming situation, and we need the performance. No, so if you can establish or you can develop your team charter in the storming situation, it will help you to go to the next level. So how we developed our team charter, we have used a template. No, so the very basic template. You should have a team name. You can use any team logo, which is represent your team. You could have a motto, which you could use as your tagline of your team. Then you can set some rules. How could team behavior? You can arrange so many workshop or whatever it is. So this is a very a simple idea that people will listen to me. This is one of team member write down, and his promise is that I will listen when some else speaks. So these are the very structural or templated, but what we have been found in practical experiences. So this is the one team that initially we have tried to develop a team charter. One team developed their own charter. So the very basic thing, So we have been using the Scrum values. We have write some quotation, write code using KISS model or KISS. So there is a policy developed by team. So how it actually become, how it we have been developed this thing. So we have to start with individual team member. We told them to write down whatever the problem you are facing. Just give us your note. So this team charter was developed by a 6-member team. So each of 6 members write down their own problems or whatever they thought they are facing the problem, and what the other things he feel that should do in a team activity or team practice or team culture. So later on, we just sit together and merge all the problems. So we have been found very common problem with each other, and we have found that we have common different 2 or 3 ideas or problems. So few common problems like that. We all have the smartphones, and we have all social media, instant message services, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, whatever it is. Lots of things we are using nowadays. And young people always, your new people with the fresh graduate, they are very much not professional, not yet. So that's why phone policy became. So the team decided to no mobile policy during the proper time. So so this is not actually highly focused that all the time you cannot use the mobile. Just they have defined a power play time. Okay. So this is very interesting idea. The idea came from the cricket. So who people know about the cricket, the sports of cricket? So there is a concept of power play. So power play in cricket, there is a 15 overs, the total 50 overs game. There is a 15 hours power play. So you have used the 5 overs power play, and later on 5 overs. And that's why in our team, they actually, in Bangladesh, cricket is so popular game. So young people choose the power play concept. So they have finalized that we will go to play power play in our working hour, total 4 hours. So there is a 2 hour, total 4 hours power play. So the team decided, 10:30 to 12:30 is the fast power play. So during that time, the mobile policy will be followed by strictly. So what will happen that time? Nobody can use the mobile data or mobile internet or any other social media, and the mobile has to be the silent mode, and nobody can interrupt with each other without prior notice, because team actually feel that they need some quiet and cool time to develop or produce some code. So this idea actually I loved it very much, and later on I implemented the power play concept in other team as well as. And interestingly, our sales team, they love the idea of power play. So they are not fully practicing the Scrum or anything else, but they are trying to use the power play concept. So these things actually come up with the team. So then they have been defined their warm up time and daily stand up meeting. So later on, actually the stand up time or daily scrum, it actually still it's in updating. Some teams started with 9 or 9:30. Some teams started with 12:45, but later on they are changing based on their need. I don't know. I think I already try to got some idea from other countries or other team leaders or the coaches. So in a stand-up meeting, actually defined by team. So I think that it also all over the world people could use their own stand-up time. So these things actually are defined by the individual team member along with team and their team leader, not imposed by me or my Scrum Master. So we have been found that the way of team develop their own team charter, and later on they actually update their team charter. So that time we found that the team changed their daily stand up, and they have tried to develop some other concept which we developed, which we shared in the template. So these are sample how they actually started with the team name and the tagline. So there is a call Avenger. This is actually fast team. What I already shared in last slides. So this team actually they have their own tagline that the strength of the team is each member. The strength of each member is the team. So another team later on developed that they actually named the team as IMF. So their tagline is "No job is too dangerous." So they have their own experiences and they have developed the tagline. There is a sharpshooter team. They have their own tagline that never give up. So another team is Team Oasis. They have defined very short BI3. So it's a inquisitive, innovative, and intelligent. It's their tagline. So what happened, so this team building practice is now it's very popular in our development software development department, and we are already defined all other team member with their own team charter, and they have been developing their own culture. And later on, our sales team actually inherited some few practices from our team. So what I believe in my personal agile journey, that if you have a very strong team who are self-organized, who can develop their own culture by their own understanding with the common sharing, so that team team will perform excellent. And the power play concept is now very popular in our organization. So yeah, we are improving ourselves by developing our team charter and all other things. So another team building idea we have been shared with the other organization. As I know, I am as a practitioner in Bangladesh, and I have been trying to promote Agile in Bangladesh. So I have some community activities. So we just given a 15-minute framework for this team building culture. So what we do, so this is our talk. So we will do a workshop usually. So we give a team 5 minutes, individual team member to write down their problems, and next 5 minutes we have given that team lead or Scrum Master or servant leader to merge or the collect the all problems and just make single list for that particular team. And next 5 minutes, we just give them for write down the solution. They actually feel they should come up with the solution, the existing problem, which they can remove or they can overcome by their own practices. So this is the way now we are mentoring other team leader or organization to develop their own team charter. So that is from our side, and we have tried to share our experiences and knowledge in Scrum practices, and especially the serving to the team and serving to the others. So if you have any query regarding our presentation or anything, we are happy to answer those questions.
Thanks, guys. Great session. I love the slides. There are a couple of questions coming through.
Yeah.
All good? So a couple of questions coming through.
Okay. So we're really sorry that we try to with the full arrangement with the internet and power connection, but shit happens.
Yeah, no problem. It still went well. So there's a couple of questions coming up. So so with regards to the with the team charters, how often do you kind of revisit it with the teams? How often do you change it, etc.?
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing when you try to review or come up with a team charter. So we usually take 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So initially we started with after 2 weeks review. So later on, when team becomes stable with their culture, we actually make it 4 weeks. So usually in our organization, we have started with the Scrum, but right now we actually not doing Scrum. We are actually doing Agile with Scrumban and Kanban framework practicing. So that's how we actually fix our the team actually define when they are going to review. So usually it was 2 weeks for new team, and later on it becomes a 4 week, and some team actually not doing as well as 4 weeks when they actually stable with their own culture. So
cool. Alexandra has a question. What if your team have been working together for a long time? I think I found resistance from team charters. They think it's not needed anymore. How can I get them to see the advantage? So this is basically if you've got a long-standing team and you want to introduce a team charter and they think it's not needed. How do you get around that?
No. The concept is that if your team actually need to perform more or need to improvement themselves, you have to give them the open session. You have to discuss with before my before my presentation there is a talk from the Nepal brother Prakash. He already said that the tea time, chai time, so this is very interesting thing. We also the practice the tea time or chai time. So you need to be open. You have to be frank with your team. Maybe its team is long time working together, but if you want to improvement yourself, you need to open discussion. So use the Scrum values. There is a very strong Scrum values. So you have to be discuss with your team member. Team member should realize that we need to improvement. So what area, what problem we should overcome, or which area we need to improvement ourselves. For example, the team is working long time, so they are performing well. But what is new technology or new culture is coming up? What sort of practice we could introduce in our team? So that sort of discussion should need unit team. Say for example, the automation, your team need test automation. Your developer might have the improvement of unit testing, or your team might have need to the code review practice, or any other thing you could introduce your team, or which area your team needs to be improvement, and that's how I think you can change the team practice. So your team and each team member should have the free mind or open or frank session where he can freely talk. So it will work, I think.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Zahid, I know you mentioned face-to-face. It's best to do face-to-face collaboration, communication in this new world that we are living in. You might have to resort to a bit of tech for remote work. What's your approach in these new times?
Okay. In that case, it was the story of my first time of the implementation. Actually, I just stopped the email writing of the team. I just say don't need to write any email to your team member within team. Okay, this is the concept for within team. I just say you should not write any email to your team member, or you need not know write message on Slack or Messenger or anything. You just go to his because I just made the sitting arrangement of the team in a single room. All of they are all of they are seated in a single table, single round table. So I just ask them strictly them. You just if need any conversation, then just do it face-to-face communication, not any email or not any message.
Cool. Thank you.
That's the way.
Cool. Thanks, man. So there's been a lot of chatter about your awesome slides. I think hopefully we can get a copy of them. People are loving it. And somebody did ask about the concept of power play, but we can't answer it now because we've run out of time. So yeah, just feel free to give us the slides and we can pass them on. Yeah, that's it, Steph. I think our time is up. Is that right?
That is correct. Thank you, guys. That was excellent.